guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I wanted to talk about my Alocasia Frydek and everything I do to care for it. So if you guys enjoy these care tip videos, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So first off, here is my little baby. So this is Freddy, my Alocasia Frydek. So I don't name all my plants, but I do name the ones I really like. So this one is my absolute favorite alocasia. I don't have too many of them. I just have like, I think two. Yeah, I have two alocasias, and this one has the most beautiful velvety leaves. They're quite thin actually, but it grows really big. As you can see, this one has about 6 leaves. So it has just one baby leaf over here that's a separate plant, and the rest of it is the other plant. So I wanted to go through, you know, light requirements, watering tips, and also humidity, propagating, and when to repot. So I hope today's video was helpful for you guys. But yeah, let's start off with lighting. So with this guy, I have it sitting in my north facing window, so just a little bit off to the side, so it's not directly in front of my window, because that's where my windowsill plants are, like all the small ones. But this one's just off a little bit to the side. It doesn't get any direct sunlight, and it pretty much just gets like medium light, I would say, low to medium. There's some grow lights around it, but it's none that's actually hitting the plant. So I would say definitely towards the medium to low light, and it's still thriving. So I wouldn't say all my plants are high light, because, you know, there's not that much space in front of a window, and especially with a big plant that blocks so much of the window, you want it to survive. So this one is doing okay. I would definitely say to not have this in direct sunlight, because it would definitely burn the leaves and you'll have some ugly burn marks, which that would make me so sad, because these leaves are so just delicate and beautiful. Yeah, so in terms of watering, I definitely like to keep the soil more on the moist side. So not consistently moist, but I would say maybe just when the first inch of the soil dries out, then I would re-water it. So I just use normal tap water. I don't use any distilled water, rainwater, filtered water, none of that. I just use regular tap water, and it's doing okay. And how I water it is I just take it out of its cover pot, which is a ceramic pot with no drainage hole, and it's currently potted up in a nursery pot. I bring it to the sink and I just water it with tap water. So I make sure it's not hot water or cold water, because you don't want to shock the roots. So just like room temperature water, and it does perfectly fine. There's no brown tips from the water. Like if you guys have really bad water where you live, you might want to use some distilled water, but for me it's okay here in Canada. So I'm just going to continue doing that because it's easy. So in terms of repotting, you definitely repot when you start seeing roots at the bottom. So as you can see here, there's actually some roots sticking out, and that's because I actually downsized the pot when I separated my alocasia from the other little plants that were growing in the same pot. And I thought the 6-inch would actually be enough, but I actually don't think it is, because first, I see roots poking out through the bottom, so that's your first indication. And secondly, the newest leaf is actually not as big as the second newest leaf, so the leaf before that. So this one is the newest leaf. It's still a little bit softer than the other ones and a bit lighter green. As you can see, like an older leaf is like more stiff and darker green. So this one is the newest leaf, and the leaf before that one is actually this one, which actually looks a lot bigger, I would say, in my opinion. So that usually means it needs to be in a pot that's slightly bigger. So I'm probably gonna repot this guy soon. I don't think I'll film it just because I recently did a repot with me for my Alocasia Frydek, so I think that's a little bit redundant. But yeah, I'm just gonna maybe move it up to 7-inch or 8-inch pot, so nothing too crazy. These guys grow really quickly. A new leaf comes out probably every like 2 weeks, so I would say for this plant to generate this big of a leaf every 2 weeks, it's pretty good. So yeah, that's when I repot this guy. So definitely take a look at your plants so that you don't miss any of the signs that it's not being grown in its most ideal environment. In terms of humidity, this one is pretty good with like low humidity. So it's close to my humidifier, but I've had it in other locations in my room where it hasn't been too close to my humidifier and it's been doing just fine. There were no brown tips or anything like that, so I wouldn't be worried if you don't have high humidity in your room. So I would say in the 40-50 range is fine. If it's higher, great, the plant will love it, but it won't harm the plant if it's in low humidity. In terms of pests, I would say these are magnets for spider mites. So I've had a lot of my friends complain that their Alocasia Frydek actually was hit by spider mites, and those are the worst. You see like a little webbing near where the petiole and the leaf is, so usually that's where I check regularly. And also you'll see like little white dots, which are really, really small because they're spider mites. They're not like big like mealybugs, so you do have to be very careful when you're, inspecting your plant. And yeah, if you do get spider mites, you'll have to treat it with either neem oil or some insecticidal soap. But I haven't had to treat this plant yet because there hasn't been any spider mites, which I'm really happy about. But yeah, I'm definitely pretty diligent with checking. Also, spider mites don't like moist environments, so like higher humidity and like more moist soil. That usually deters spider mites from attacking your plants. So also another reason to make sure your plant is nicely watered. And now in terms of propagating, I think I mentioned this before in my previous videos, but I'll go through it again, and it's dividing your plant. So you can't propagate it by just snipping because there's no like nodes that are visible. They all grow, like alocasias grow from bulbs, and it just starts kind of forming bulbs in the soil, and then it'll shoot out a new leaf. So when you do see a new leaf shoot out that's separate from the original plant, you could actually separate that and just divide the plant, and then you have two plants. So that's what I did previously because I did have so many little babies in the plot. I didn't really like that look. I just wanted one big plant, and that's what I did. So I just separated them, and now I gave them to a whole bunch of other people who will be very happy with their Alocasia Frydeks. And I think that pretty much covers everything I know about my Alocasia Frydek. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. Comment down below if you guys own an Alocasia Frydek yourself, so that we can share in this wonderful experience together, because I really love this plant. It's probably my #1 favorite plant right now, but that changes all the time. But I really like this guy, and it's been super easy for me. It's done great, and yeah. Me and Freddie are gonna say bye to you guys, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.